Hi soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Promoted Sandra, and here on my YouTube channel I do cutting and sewing tutorials, pattern drafting, DIYs. If that is something you're interested in, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to sew an inbuilt corset top with a zipper. This is an inbuilt corset top. Let me show it to you. So as you can see, it has an inbuilt corset. If you're interested in learning how to sew this inbuilt corset top, make sure you watch this video from the start to the end, and don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, and also leave your comment, even if it's your favorite emoji, at the comment section, for this really help my algorithm a lot. Meanwhile, I already have a tutorial up there on the channel on how to make the top. So if you're interested in learning how to make the top, make sure you watch my previous video, or I'll be leaving the link at the description section. You can click on the link to make your corset top. So shall we? This is the top I'm going to be using for the making of this inbuilt corset or inner corset with a zip. I uploaded the tutorial of this corset dress with a yoke recently, and if you watch the tutorial, you're going to see that the front part of this dress has some bony channels, which is perfect for me to make this tutorial. The purpose of adding inner corset to your dress is because you want to snatch the waist. So if you are not interested in snatching the waist of your dress, there is no need of you adding inbuilt or inner corset. So for me, I want to snatch the waist of my dress. That's why I want to add an inner corset. To add the inbuilt corset, you are going to determine the total number or the total inches you want to minus from your waistline. For me, I want to minus 3 inches from my waistline. So you can go ahead and minus 4 inches or 2 inches. That depends on you. If I minus 3 inches from my dress, the dress will not fit me anymore. The reason is because I have reduced the size by 3 inches. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to divide these 3 inches by 2. So whatever measurement you want to minus, divide it by 2. So if I divide the 3 inches by 2, it's going to give me 1.05, which is also known as 1.5. I will place my tape on the waistline. I will minus 1.5 inch. Then I will also minus 1.5 inch on this other side. After I was done, I will go ahead and connect it to the bust like this. Then I'll connect it to the hip like this, okay? If you check very well, you're going to see that I only minus from the waistline, not from the hip or from the bust. No, just the waist. So I will take to the same machine, I will sew it, then I will sew this other side. So guys, I'm done sewing it. To make the inbuilt corset, I'm going to be using this leftover fabric. I'm going to be making use of the back pattern paper I use in making that corset top. So if you still have your back pattern paper left, go ahead and use it. If you don't have it anymore, go ahead and redraft it. I will go ahead and cut out the zipper allowance. This zipper allowance is not needed anymore, so I will cut it off. After cutting it, I will place my tape like this. Just watch out what I'm doing. I will mark 1.5 inch, okay, like this at the top. I will also mark 1.5 inch at the down. I will mark a straight line across like this. I'm going to be cutting this part off. I will just mark it. Then I will place my tape at the down. I will minus 1 inch from the down. Okay, I will mark 1 inch here. Then I will come to this part. I will mark 1 inch. I will go ahead and connect it with my French curve. I'm also going to be cutting this part off. Then I will come to the top. I will minus 0.7 inches. I will just mark 0.7 inches like this. Then I'll go ahead and use my French curve to connect it like this. So I'll go ahead and cut it off like this. Please watch out what I'm doing. So what I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. Then I'll place the pattern paper on it. I will go ahead and cut it out. While cutting it, I added 1/2 inch for joining allowance, okay? I only added at the top, the zipper side, and the down. After removing the pins, I went ahead to iron gum stain on it. So if you have cloth stain, I would advise you make use of it. But my cloth stain is not going to be enough, so I just use gum stain. So I also went ahead to cut out the lining as well, and I also iron gum stain on the lining. So watch out what I'm about to do. I will place my tape at the top like this. I will mark 1/2 inch downward. After marking the 1/2 inch, I will go ahead and connect the points together. Then I will also come to the down. I will mark 1/2 inch, okay? Remember, I added ½ inch joining allowance, and that is what I am marking at. So I also mark it here like this. I will go ahead and use my ruler to connect this part. I have also done the same thing for the other one. So these are the bones I'm going to be using for the making of this inbuilt corset. So this one is called the Regina bone or the swivel bone. So before I start sewing it on it, I'll go ahead and mark out the part I'll be sewing it on. So from that line I marked before, I will mark extra ½ inch like this. I will mark a straight line across. Please just watch out what I'm doing. Then I'll also go ahead and mark another ½ inch again. I will mark a straight line across like this. The total number of lines I have here is 1, 2, and 3. So once you are done marking yours, you should have at least 3 lines. So I'll go ahead and sew this bone on this first line. I will leave this second line. That is where I'm going to be inserting my eyelet. Then I will sew this bone on it. I will take this to the sewing machine and show you guys how to sew it. And make sure you place your bone on your dress like this and cut out the exact measurement you want. Please take note of the ½ inch at the top and also at the down. So I'll go ahead and place my bone on this first line. Take note of where I am placing it. I will sew it towards the edge. Okay, if you check your bone, you are going to see that it has a smooth edge on both sides. So go ahead and sew on that smooth edge. If you sew it at the middle, your thread will be cutting or your thread will cut. So I'll go ahead and sew the other bone on it. So if you want to sew it, make sure you leave space at the middle. Okay, if the space you marked before is too wide, just go ahead and reduce the space. The reason is because this depends on the size of the eyelet you are using. Just use your eyelet and measure it. So I'll go ahead and sew this other bone close to the last one I just sewed. Okay, I will just sew it together. Don't leave any space. Just go ahead and sew it together like this. I'm done sewing it. I also went ahead to do the same thing for the other part. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and lining it. So I will turn it to the front like this. I will place the lining on it, right side facing each other. So I'll go ahead and pin it down. So guys, please pay attention to the part I'm going to be sewing, because I'm not going to be sewing all the parts. I will turn it to the front like this. I will sew it down like this. Okay, remember this part is the down. I will sew it like this. Then I will sew this side close to the bone. Then I will sew this down side. I will end it here like this. That is the only part I'm going to be sewing on both sides. So guys, I'm done sewing it. I will just go ahead and trim out the edge, like the excesses, so that once I turn it, I will not have issues with bulge and all that. And I also forgot, I wanted to sew the upper part, which I told you guys not to sew. But anyway, I'm going to lose it later. So what I'm going to be doing next is to insert this strong bone on it. So I'll go ahead and measure it and cut it out. I will burn the edge with lighter. Then I will insert it on this bone case I sewed earlier. I will do the same thing for this other one. I will insert it. I will do the same thing for the other ones. So guys, after inserting the bones, I will go ahead and loosen the upper part. Okay, so if you check the part where I told you guys to sew, you're going to see that I didn't make mention of this upper part. So guys, I'm done losing it. I will just go ahead and turn it to the front. After turning it, I will use my scissors to push out the edges. Then I will iron it. After I was done ironing it, I will go ahead and cut out the excess at the side and also at the down. I will place my tape on the last bone case I added. Watch out how I am placing my tape on the last bone case. Then I will fold my tape into two like this, just to get the middle point, okay, or the middle. I will mark a point there. Then I will use my ruler to mark a straight line across that middle. Then from that line I just marked, I will mark another ½ inch like this. Just mark another ½ inch. Then I will connect the points together like this. I will take this to the sewing machine. I will sew on this first line. I will sew on this second line. So guys, I'm done sewing it. You might not really see it because of the color of the fabric. I will measure and cut out the bone I will be inserting on it. So if you want to cut out the bone, just make sure you go up by 1 inch before cutting it out. Don't allow it to get to the end of the dress, else you will not be able to fold the edge. So I'll go ahead and use lighter to burn the tip. then I will insert it on 8. I will also do the same thing for the other one, just like as you can see me doing. So I'll go ahead and iron it just to make it straight and smooth. So guys, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and fold the edge in like this. So first of all, fold one side in with 1/2 inch, then fold the other side in with 1/2 inch. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew it like this till the end. So guys, I'm done sewing it. This is what I have. I also did the same thing for the other one. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to piping the edge of the dress. I'm going to be using this black ribbon. You can make use of boba bias or you can use the May fabric. So I will go ahead and pin it to the back of the dress. Can you see it? I will pin it and fold the edge in with 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I will take it to the sewing machine. I will sew it with 1/2 inch. After sewing it, guys, then I will flip it to the front like this. I will turn it, then return it. Like, just go ahead and fold it in twice. Then I will take it to the sewing machine and top stitch on it. So this is how it looked like after I was done top stitching on it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to insert my eyelets on it. So this is the eyelet I'm going to be using, this good color. So to insert this, I will be using my eyelet machine, and also I will be using this soda iron or soldering iron they call it. So what I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and mark out the point where I will be inserting the eyelet. So from the down, I will go up by 1/2 inch. From that 1/2 inch, I will start marking 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch till I get to the top. So if yours does not work like that, you can go ahead and mark 1 inch or 2 inches interval. I will count the eyelet hole just to be sure that my eyelet will be enough. Then I will plug my soldering iron or soldering machine. Once it gets hot, I will just use it to insert the hole. Just go ahead and use it to put the hole, like press it on it. So once I was done inserting the first hole, please pay attention to this part. This is the eyelet, right? So the eyelet, the side that is flat is going to be facing the down. I will just make sure it faces the down like this, while the side that is straight, that is long, will face up. I will lay my corset on the eyelet machine. The right side, which is the front, is going to be facing down, while the back will be facing up. And the part I pierce is the part I'm going to be laying on the dies. Can you see what I'm doing? I will just go ahead and use this thing, I don't know the name, to open up the hole properly well on the dies like this. Then I will use the eyelet cover. Use your hand to like feel it. The part that is smooth will be facing up, while the part that has like a scratch, okay, will be facing down. Just go ahead and use it to cover it up like this. Then hit your eyelet like this. It will press both of them together. Can you see how it look like? So I'll just go ahead and pierce another hole on it. This is what I have. So guys, I wanted to finish it up off the camera. This is how it look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and sew the corset on my dress. As you can see, my dress is already laid on the table, and the part that has zip, which is the back part, is facing towards the up. So I'll go ahead and place the corset on it. The right side of the corset is going to be facing down, while the back will be facing up. So after that, I will go ahead and pin it. After pinning it, I will turn the dress to the front like this. I will go ahead and sew through the line I sewed earlier like this. Just make sure you follow the same line, okay? I will also sew this other part. After sewing it, I went ahead to turn it to the front, then iron it. So make sure you iron your own. This is how the dress look like on my mannequin. I went ahead to lace it with the ribbon. You can use the material to create your own look or whatever. So just go ahead, lace it, then wear it and zip it. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment on it, and also share with your friends. Subscribe to this channel. Please, your comments and your like means a lot to me. This is going to help my algorithm a lot, okay? If you also want other fashion designers like you to learn this, just comment, even if it's your favorite emoji. And don't forget to follow me up on Instagram at official promoted Sandra, Facebook promoted Sandra, TikTok promoted Sandra, Pinterest promoted Sandra. See you guys. Bye. Stay tuned. Until next time.